Turtles.
Diabetes, 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 diabetes.
All week long.
Wow.
Hey.
That was Creed.
Louis asleep. God. Damn. Look at Daniel.
Daniel Chapman.
Oh, we have risen. He is risen, as they say.
Yes, he has.
We all
Vanessa looking kind of perspirant.
didn't see anybody but Daniel Chapman for me.
Daniel has got Vanessa all worked up. I can tell already.
Is he wearing a gold belt, or is that his
an old Twix wrapper? Can't tell.
Is it a left side or a right side? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new broadcast week is upon us. And it is time for court. Daniel's not quite sure. But seriously, have you ever seen a pose like this? I mean,
it's definitely an attention getter.
Well, hello there.
I mean, he's ready for action.
Wow. Yeah, we had to start here. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know if he's...
I know what's going on.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, no. That was unintentional, I think, because he was definitely right there. Hopefully, y'all stay a full 2 hours. Wow.
Steve, we had a little something to do with Daniel around there. We couldn't hit the live until, things were finished. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's back.
You know what Daniel asked Vanessa, right?
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Oh, sorry. Just been so busy.
We get a new weed contraption to go along with that for your round one. Do you not have a round one?
I don't. I'm very sad. I do got something like this.
I don't do drugs though. Just weed.
Does that count?
Hey, Terminators, just take it all in before we really jump into court. Underwear or just really short shorts? I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know, but isn't Lady Justice even the emblem looking at him now? Those are draws, I like to think. I mean,
if I was like Monica, I'd probably that close to Daniel, I'd probably put a mask on too.
Might catch a little something.
Does anybody sleep like that? Like when you're sitting he's holding his phone.
I mean, he doesn't even look comfortable.
Hey, baby.
I mean, don't even look comfortable at all.
Same last name. That family is not shy of being in court either.
Oh no, he come in here to make an impression.
That's what I'm wondering. Is he doing this? Is this a joke, or is he really like just taking naps and want to be seen this? I don't understand. Is this maybe a kink?
I mean, if you're coming here looking for hot men for hot action.
I got yelled at last week because apparently a lot of pulls on my Mountain Dew was like this.
Oh no.
And it needs to be like that.
There you go. If you're looking for hot men ready for love,
Jackpot!
You found it. Oh, and why is D Power glowing? He's glowing.
Yeah, got a really good ring light, I believe.
Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds good. It really does. That board makes a big difference.
It's a lot of tweaking and a lot of processing being done over here.
Carol's it hot. It was like 67 this morning, I think, when I got up at 6:54. I should say get up. I woke up for a little bit, a few minutes.
Yeah, it was 70. And I told my son, I was like, hey, if you don't cut the grass, Get on it now. Now's the time. I think today's high is gonna be like 80.
Yeah, actually, this whole week's going to be lower 80s and high 60s at night, which is crazy. Bud, could you imagine? Could you imagine?
What is he doing? Is he doing the what's up? What is he doing?
Tomorrow.
You talking to him yet?
11:30.
Hi, Francis.
Minute order reflects
Seen
that
the
she was
Twix.
placed on supervised order for that release, Your Honor.
God bless.
No, that's what we're asking for.
Ulysses,
That's what we're
Trisha.
asking for. We just didn't know it was going to be.
Ulysses, what's up, brother?
So
I'm in agreement.
Yes, the
So,
judge does have pot. Yes.
is there a form for that the court has for supervised OR?
Yeah, we're in the 80s, but it's not like 2,000 percent humidity, thankfully. This was funny, by the way.
Additional ones. One that
I kind of want to hang out and see what Daniel's here for. I know you got Mr. Marble.
I really want to find out what he's here for. He's got the whole courtroom hot.
Some idiots on the. Let's see if that'll focus. Or not.
Let's say like 900 degrees or something. Oh my goodness.
So that's out in the desert. It's near Vegas. But here's the thing. Do you see what it says right next to the 13 up on the top?
Road temperature.
Out of the 40 plus comments that were on there, how many of those do you think noticed that those were not the air temperature?
Not enough.
Not any. I think there was 2 or 3 out of the 40 plus comments. Everybody else said, wow, it's going to be hot today. Yeah, no, that's the road. It's still very hot. But that was a thing saying, do not walk your dog.
Mm-hmm. Don't pull a Mikey and run across the road as a kid barefoot in the middle of summer.
Right. But do be an Ed B. Thank you, Ed. Starting the week off right with a $5 bill.
Creed, is there any chance I can try and hit one too right quick?
Oh,
See
yeah.
what-
Let's pretend there's another one, and we'll just pretend.
put it up and see what happens. Oh, Ed!
Wow. Could we get that a little louder and overmodulated, please? Proper
Is it?
modulation.
Is it loud? Okay.
It's very modulated,
I've got to go back.
overmodulated, and not clear at all. And it's not because of your volume. It's
Really?
Yeah.
Now I've got. Hold on.
Rest of them were clear.
Why?
This is Mr.
Why did it do that?
Nakamura's case, but I think he is. On
I will have to inspect that. That one will not bother him to touch that again. Why are we going to let this guy keep going in and out? We want to find out why he's here.
Rest of them sounded good, though. Like, just hit another one at that volume.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's clear as
I
can be.
think this needs to go over because you're stipulating.
That was
I did
really
review
hot.
this, and your
Damn you.
position doesn't contain. This is
I do have a fart for sale if anybody's looking. Buy a
What
$1
he
fart.
discussed was a 10-year license revocation.
I'll tell you what we'll do.
Appropriate term
It is.
Hello, Dave.
Dave, good to see you.
I can stand in on this one, Your Honor.
Look how Daniel's getting this right up in his grill.
Wouldn't you be worried that you'd actually fall asleep?
My preference is to put this over to Judge Dyer since he's going to be here.
I don't know how he's not asleep.
How about this afternoon at 1:30, Mr. Barber?
Do you think he had like a grinder date last night, like super late or something? Or
I think he just came in to try and impress.
Well,
He knows he's got a great body,
the
beautiful face.
does he have a great body? Because he had to do the MySpace big girl thing, from the top.
Now, we're getting crotch shot up now. We're getting POV.
I just saw this.
It almost looks like he has moobs.
Why is Alex just all face? Bishop School of Broadcasting.
Has more complexity to it. And
Alex is a cardboard cutout.
Take a position on it, so I'll put it over 130. Would that be you, Mr.
You quit
Maybe
putting
Your Honor, Alex Kemp.
over and talk to Daniel.
Kian, you can be here at 130.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see him hanging with Stoner.
Tell your friends.
Thank you. Counsel, Ms. Rogers, is that right? Okay, Ms. Rogers, call your case.
Definitely the whitest man I've ever seen, not being racist. He's super white. Very white.
Yes.
C power.
Very super white.
He's almost getting it. Now he's going to do the whole, I'm thinking thing. I
Hmm.
think was Daniel framed. Yep, he was.
I thought he was just cracking a sweet pose.
Okay, I'll call the matter of Michael Monroe Kuman. Ms. Rogers
All right.
is present.
All right. So I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll keep an eye over here and wait.
Thoreau is present for the people.
Did you say something?
This matter
Maybe you give him a moan or something like that.
Is it the 1368?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that is just, it's so bad.
That-
Every once in a while though, you get those that roll through and bring in a cold front like this one, which was nice, but it won't last long.
We had tons and tons of rain.
Oh, good point. That does look a little. Yeah, you mean like when Stoney's tired because he don't do drugs or anything.
I mean, maybe he worked late at Amazon.
On the 1368 report.
I can
dated,
see that.
July 1st, 2022. Submitted
Submit as well.
Well, Chuck.
Court finds that the
Chuck.
Laura Kuman is not competent to stand.
That's
trial
really
pursuant to
cold,
Section
Sarge.
1368.
All
Let's put this over.
right, let's jump over to Mr. Herman.
All right. So
I'll keep an eye on Daniel, and if we see some green boxes, if he nods,
try
I'll
to see something else that looks like. I don't know.
let's do that.
All right. So yeah, Judge Herman had just jumped on, and within like 3 minutes, he's already pissed off.
Well,
And so I rewound it so we could get an idea of the mood he's in today and why he's pissed off.
All right. I have a feeling it's gonna have something to do with Thomas.
You might be right. You don't think he
It's great now that I feel like I know Judge Herman.
He's not answering. Mr. Ross, can you hear me?
Oh, Mr. Ross.
Where is Mr. Ross?
Did Tiffany and Mr. Ross date? I have a feeling.
Maybe.
Turn this video off. Well,
I wonder if Keith Fielder is related to our friend who is also
on for the hearing for the August 11th date.
Yeah, I believe he heard you set that date.
And he'll be in person.
Might be driving.
Sir, can you hear me?
Well, he's talking to you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Where are you at?
I'm
Looking
at
for a
work.
car.
Right, I'm at work.
Okay, we'll see you on the 11th without a hat on. Of
Man, I
all.
ain't in your courtroom, man.
What? What's that?
Oh, he brought the mask down.
I didn't
He's
hear
ducking
you.
the thing.
I
I
thought
said I'm
you
not in your
said, I
courtroom.
know you're in a courtroom, man. That's what I thought I heard you to say.
And you thought right.
Okay, well, guess what?
Look at her face. Look at Tiffany's
Oh, he hung
face.
up.
All of her face.
Tell you what there, Mr. Wheaton.
No.
What do you think I'm going to say?
We all know what you're gonna say.
Well, you tell me what you think I'm going to say. You might be wrong.
No, just go ahead. Because if you're not, I want to give you any ideas.
Well, what ideas could I possibly have? Holding him in contempt?
That would be one.
Okay.
Oh, hell.
Telling you to have some kind of discussion with your client?
And now, what good's that gonna do? He's not even there.
Look at Tiffany. She's all like,
Yeah,
wow.
but
We don't have, no, maybe at a later date, like on the 11th, I can talk to him. But we have more than enough to do here today.
oh, no, come on now. Come on now.
And I'm gonna let the court know that in 1 hour,
First
Mr.
guy.
Bowman will be in here to relieve me for about 40 minutes or so.
Well, he's not in my courtroom, man. That's what he told me. Not in my courtroom, man. That's what he said. He doesn't have to take off his hat in my courtroom. He's not in my courtroom, man. And he hung up.
Oh, I thought they
hung
kicked
up
him.
on me.
Hung up.
Well, you know where he's gonna be August 11th.
August 11th. Write that down. Judge Herman's wrath will be felt.
Mr. Week. Mr. Week. Can you see what I got? Can you see what bench book I'm holding up here?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is he mad about it to the guy that's in there too?
That's his lawyer, that guy.
Well,
that
I
hung up.
wonder why he didn't get the job at the job interview. Why you suppose he didn't get the job?
Let's proceed.
Deborah
Just
is
a
an eye
second.
attorney. E-gamer
listen,
eye attorney.
I'm gonna leave at 2:30.
Daniel's very confused about something, by the way. I'm not sure what.
How'd you
Yeah,
like?
I thought they hung up
But-
on him.
How long is that
Oh,
gonna take?
he hung up.
Okay, we're gonna talk about this in a minute
Perfect. So don't forget.
because
Everybody the rest of the day is just shit out of luck.
This judge is amazing.
okay, so look,
He just
I
gives.
am holding your client in contempt of court.
Ooh.
Nice.
He's gonna. So he finds him in contempt. Does that mean they're going to issue a warrant?
And that would be for the willful doing of a forbidden act, willful refusal to comply with the order of the court. It impaired the authority or impedes the functioning of the court.
You had
It
to
was
find
committed in the immediate view and presence of the court. The court is punishing misconduct that has altered the status quo ante so that it cannot be restored.
All right.
Or the relief sought by the original court order can no longer be obtained.
What are you going to say?
And order in the
I'm
courtroom
wondering if
cannot
it's
be
more than
restored.
just one charge.
I know he's going to get him for contempt. I don't know what else, but he's definitely reading the statute that he's going to put it under.
Yeah.
So that there is no confusion. This is the reason you've been found in contempt of court.
Unless criminal contempt.
I
sanctions are
saw that,
used.
bud.
Mr.
Yeah.
Ross,
Mom, can you come in here? I'm
disconnected.
worried.
Oh, these people are
then,
so whoever
I was,
are they're
giving
completely
him
effed.
instruction,
The first
and
guy.
I think that
Close.
his conduct.
Oh my God! Yes,
does
Dave. A little
constitute,
soprano look. You're right.
contempt of court.
thought she was about Tiffany. It's like, oh my God, don't put that on her.
Mr. Wheaton, you have
Tiffany looks very
Any comment
sad.
there?
I'm wondering if she has anything to do with that dude.
I think she's just a sad person.
I mean, you witnessed the whole
Hi,
thing
Holly.
yourself.
Holly.
Welcome, Holly.
Long time no see around here.
Well, it's
For
recorded.
a few more
so,
minutes, I'll show
yeah.
you. Daniel.
You just
Gone
created a conflict of interest for me, I believe.
No, I did. No, it was in the direct presence of the court. So, I don't need a witness.
Yeah, no, she's
So, could I please have a judgment, one of
Okay.
those, is there a contempt thing over there, form over there?
probably on the ceiling. You could just look right up.
A judgment for contempt of court.
I know. I was wondering. Eye attorney.
Well, they have one of those.
It's the ones you get on retainer.
Good to see you, buddy. I
No,
saw
but
you
I
in the
think-
chat the other day. I couldn't believe. I did popping around on
you have
YouTube. There was Law Talk with Mike with
To
none other than Kim
say
Blandino.
before I impose a penalty there.
Absolutely, the pro move. Having him
Super
on.
jealous.
God, it was awesome.
So
Well,
Oh, hey, Prez.
to this
You
extent, I
guys
think,
like a
I think we should wait. until
month and a few days.
Here. Or at least on Zoom.
is he? What is William doing? Yeah,
Playing
he's
video games or
That's the
something.
week we
He's
got, August 11th.
texting his friend. He's like, "Can you believe that Mom's only done like 8 loads of my laundry so far, and there's like 12 sitting there. It's
Yeah.
such a
This is like the laundry room, kitchen, refrigerator, like everything all in one right here.
So do you think that it's that small of an apartment that William sleeps with his mother, or possibly?
Well, thanks, Creed. You scared him off. That's great.
Tiffany,
Come
can
in.
we please see your tattoos?
Creed just boiled him. He bullied him right on out of here. Oh, look at those amazing socks.
I love them.
And Debbie, thank you for the nice message too. Appreciate that. There is something we're gonna talk about on we got a Chase, which we'll save that till then to talk about with the whole Chase family. So just a heads up on that.
Oh, I was like, boy, you're saying that very sad. Yes, we do have. Yeah,
Well, that's pretty sad.
no, I was thinking you had some breaking news. I got you.
No.
Oh, he is nuts. I'll tell you, Mike held
can
himself
you
back
write
really
in the
well. I
file?
think not going off on him. It would have been hard to. He kept it cool though.
It's August 11th that he has to be here.
That's the way to play it.
And you know what, Mr. Wheaton? I mean, I'm not even gonna lock him up. I'm
You
just gonna
missed the
find
beginning
him.
of the show, Windy City, Bobby.
That's
We
fine,
could-
Judge, and
we
I'm
went
not gonna, obviously, I wouldn't dispute that, but I think he
Well,
needs-
obviously, with that the way he just got, gosh, I was just getting ready to talk about him and
He
his
told us why he
mother.
did it, but he wasn't there to hear it.
or grandma.
Well, you can contact him.
You know, I think he needs to hear it himself, and you can tell him.
Well, I wrote it on here. $50. He pays it on August 11th. No big deal.
Right.
Makes me feel a lot better about my
Huh?
own life. I mean, thinking about
Well,
imagine
you need to
like
contact
William.
him and tell him to bring
And he's
$50.
gone.
Well, thank you, just a girl.
That's what I would
Yes.
say.
What's that? I don't have any contact information here. I may be able to get some.
Oh, his address is in the file.
Somebody get yelled at.
And
William's
he's at work,
phone.
so you might be able to call him at work.
I'll say Keith and Tiffany have both been on their best behavior so far.
I should have been a quick thing setting over his time.
The contempt, then the motion, potential motion is dismissed,
Yes.
and then schedule on that.
No, I've already found him in contempt.
Okay.
And I'm fining him $100. And I'm expecting him to bring $100 or 50. Did I say 50? What did I write on there?
Yes, sir.
$50, right? $50. And I'm expecting him to bring $50 to pay his fine.
Except he's not gonna know that, and I don't know.
We'll send him a copy of this judgment.
Oh, okay. As long as he has notice.
Sounds like a great lawyer.
Well, he's represented by counsel. I
And they're
checked the
always
box.
been that really
Represented by
old
counsel.
Mr.
He
Wheaton.
has notice, and that's fine.
I checked
Old
that box.
Mr.
You're
Wheaton.
his lawyer. See?
This attorney come back.
Anyway,
Like,
my
wow, they're
point is,
still
as long as he
doing
has
this.
notice, everything's kosher. That's all I'm saying.
Your Honor, just to clarify though, for that day, because that's.
Before I
that's
say
the
anything
Saturday,
about you
that
coming in
all
and
of
out,
my
I'm gonna go
notices subpoena,
check traffic
including
weather
the
together
director
real
of
quick
the
and
IT
listen.
department and everyone that works.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because Mr. Wheaton is going to
It-
want
it
to
sounds to
challenge
me
that.
That you're.
And
Let me just double check.
I'm gonna sit down and talk with him
Great.
at a time and let him know what we.
you make sure he stops by that ATM machine out there.
and
Because-
I'll make it-
Because it'll be
$50
$50.
under
Can I write
my-
on there, please, before you separate that? It'll be $50 or 4 days in Genesee County
Or a
jail.
punch in the face. Creed's gonna come in and tell me something happened. My audio's messed up. Is it messed up?
It'll be $50 or
I haven't
4
been
days
able to
in
look
jail.
at it. I just noticed that. Pause that and over to licking we go.
You've been charged with criminal trespass.
Yes, and I don't know what that's about, because I'm a groundskeeper for there.
Well, do you want to enter a plea of not guilty then?
Yes, I do.
What is your mailing address?
I'm
Pretty
gonna 196 South Fifth Street.
Is that the lookup center?
Yeah, the lookup center.
Their cough is as bad as mine. Oh, by the way, if I cough, please excuse me. I'm feeling under the weather.
All right. Well, Mr. Lorenzo, I'm also going to release you on a recognizance bond, but because it's alleged that you're trespassed from Main Place, I'm going to make a bond condition that you not return there. We'll have to get all this sorted out, but until we do, you cannot return. Now, we'll get this assigned to a judge and set for a trial. You'll get notice at the address that you put on your post or on your bond today, so make sure you can get mail there. If you're going to be going for an attorney, get the application from the jail, but since I'm cutting you loose, you have to get it turned in, all right?
All right.
All right, you may go with the officer, Mr. Lorenzo. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's usually a mess, man, with him.
This one doesn't have a name. Daniel Acord.
I got one of those today, so watch out.
Good afternoon, sir. Are you Mr. Acord?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Acord, do you understand your rights in court today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you receive a copy of the complaint?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you read it? Do you understand you've been charged with a single count of falsification?
Yes,
Sure.
Your Honor.
Now, that's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is up to 180 days jail, up to a $1,000 fine. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
And what's your current address?
I don't have an address, just a mailing address.
That's fine. I just need a place where we can send your notices.
1030 South 30th Street.
That's a great reference, Brittany.
Is there an apartment?
Yes, Your Honor. Apartment 300.
And is that Newark or Heath?
It's Heath, Ohio.
Oh, he'll post it there for sure.
4056?
Herman will.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who actually lives there?
That's my stepfather's apartment.
All right, but he allows you to get mail there?
Well, that's very
yes, Your Honor.
Let me take a quick look at something.
Don't forget to like this video, guys. Help us out. Get slap a like on it. He was. He lived off that money for a very long time. Him and Luann. Yes, he was. 100%.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Acord, here's what I'm going to do. I'll go ahead and release you on your own recognizance, provide that the matter be randomly assigned to a judge and set for a trial. Until and unless an attorney gets involved, we're going to send those notices directly to you. So make sure the address on your bond paperwork is correct and complete.
King of the Hill.
You can get an application for counsel down there at the jail, but according to their roster, you're not being held on any additional charges. So you should be released, which means it's now your job to get that turned in. Don't wait until the day of trial to get to deal with getting an attorney. Understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Acord. You may go with the officer. Thank you.
I've been taking a lot of pills.
Elizabeth Anderson.
Come on down.
Can I ask actually?
Look, it's very lonely over there on Twitch. We really don't concentrate on Twitch.
That'll be fine. Are you Miss Anderson?
Yeah.
And Miss Anderson, do you understand your rights in court today?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you watch the video about your rights in court today?
Yeah.
Did you understand that information?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. You are here on a contempt proceeding. Let me see something here.
Oh, here comes Creed with a verdict.
So it looks like way back in October of 2017, in case number 17 CRB 83, you entered a plea of guilty to the offense of
Yeah, he's wearing one of those
sentence or as a component of
Pandora
it, you were
bracelets.
40 hours of community service
So
within 90 days of that date.
real quick, shop talk. Sorry, guys. So to me, I'm hearing what's happening in StreamYard. By the time that it makes it to YouTube, they've corrected it basically, almost. At the end, it's still trailing off a little bit. So it's a very small issue, thankfully. To me, though, for me hearing you at that moment when you're running it, I hear almost nothing. And I think that would make sense. I'm hearing us here in our studio.
Yeah.
But by the time it makes it out, because it was the same with Facebook, it just kind of trails off. So it's not as big of a problem as I thought. Thank God.
Fine up to another
Okay.
$250
Sorry, guys.
In order that you pay court costs. So do you understand?
I didn't hear that last part.
If you admit to being in contempt, the most serious penalties that can be imposed upon you would be up to 30 days jail and a $250 fine. So your choices are stand on your not guilty plea and get a bond. And
I thought to stand on your nut.
In which case I'll impose sentence here today.
Stand on your nut.
Why want to get in jail?
I beg your pardon?
It's for contempt, right?
Yeah, it's for not doing your community service hours like you ordered. You talked over me. I didn't hear what you said.
I said, I'll do the community service.
I bet
So you
you
want to
will.
stand on your plea of not guilty to the contempt?
How are you not guilty of contempt but not going to do
Now,
your
you
community
have a
service?
holder warrant. Do you know where that's from?
Lancaster.
And what traffic infraction do you have a?
It's a whole different world here. In any other court, really.
Aggravated
than Marvel.
possession.
Okay, well that's not a traffic infraction.
I have a feeling she has no teeth.
Okay, what is your current address?
For
1451 East
what she
Willing
doesn't
Street.
have in teeth, she makes up for it in forehead.
Willing Street.
Wheeling, like, or the Wheeling, West Virginia.
Can
WHEE.
somebody jump over and drop a link to? Oh, I get. Well, actually, we can do that. Hold on, I can do that.
Zip code?
Yeah, it should go out to all of them.
43130.
Okay, so you've had a warrant for your arrest out since March of 2019. Have you been incarcerated since then?
No.
So you just haven't had any
Now.
contact with the police for them to realize you had a warrant?
Right.
All right. Anything you want to say before I decide what your fine or what the bond should be?
I'm gonna have a bond here.
I'm going to set a bond for you. Yeah, because we have to reschedule this matter for trial. You
Okay.
don't have to say anything about bond, but you have a right to make a statement if you want.
I mean,
Other way around, who says? I
don't
got it. I
understand
said
what
it
I'm
to
supposed
her.
to do. I would do the service.
Well, it's alleged that you failed to do that within the 90 days you were given 5 years ago.
I haven't been in trouble since then, if that tells you anything. I'm not really one to ever get in trouble. It took me 40 years before I've ever gotten in
How
trouble.
old is your ag possession charge from Fairfield County?
It took me 4 years to get in trouble again. I think I'm doing pretty damn good.
Thank you, Dave.
When I issued the warrant for your arrest back in 2019, I set bond at $5,000, cash or surety only on the warrant. I'm going to modify that slightly. I'm going to leave the amount the same, but I'm also going to provide it as a 10% bond. So you can put 10% of that down with the clerk and get most of it back upon the completion of this matter.
Nice
Now,
guy.
This is
Stands
going to
where
get
he is.
randomly assigned, or it's not going to get randomly assigned. It belongs to
He
me.
really is at
I'm
this
the one who
point.
the community
He's
service
an
in the
idiot.
first place. At
That's what I
one
was
point, you
thinking of.
had court-appointed counsel on this contempt action. That attorney withdrew long ago. So if you want to get a lawyer, you have to fill out a new application. You can get one from there at the jail. But and if you post
That
your
old
bond, they're
attorney
just
said
going
he
to whisk you off.
Done, son.
If you don't post your bond and you ultimately either admit to being in contempt or you're found guilty of being in contempt, this time will actually count towards any jail term the court might impose as a consequence.
Well, I think
So,
she's confused
we'll
that
get
she's
this
in
done really
jail at the
quickly.
moment.
You have any
I
questions?
think she thinks she's at home.
Very well. You may go with the officer. Thank you, Ms. Anderson. We'll see you at your next court date.
Mikey has a fart for you. By the way.
Oh, yeah, I have one. I got to remember where everything's at. There you go.
Thomas Ballard.
That's pretty weak. That was a woman fart, I'm pretty sure.
He had some length.
Good afternoon,
Oh,
Mr.
boy.
Ballard. You understand your rights in
Good.
court today?
He hasn't left the
Did you
basement
receive
in
a
many
copy of the
years.
complaint that was filed against you? Yes, sir?
Nobody, the sheriff signed it, yeah.
Yes. You read it, you understand you've been charged with a single count of assault? You understand you've been charged with one count of assault, a misdemeanor of the first degree?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Sue, can you ask those other individuals to keep it down, please? They're interfering with my ability to conduct these hearings.
That was really loud, too. I'll
Just
give him
off
that.
the ask if you could keep it down a little bit.
All right.
He
So
said, I will. Anyone you want me to, sir.
Thank you, guys.
What, so?
You've been charged with assault, the offense of assault. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You realize you face up to 180 days in jail and up to $1,000
Because he's old.
fine.
Yes, sir.
How do you wish to plead?
But right now, I plead not guilty.
All righty. What's your
I had
address?
no charge.
Later, I'll.
Charges were pressed against me.
Well, you're looking at the charge. They did file it.
The officer did.
Well, the prosecutor did. So
These people are very
I don't know, but
confused
we gotta
today.
Deal with it because it's here today.
Can I ask a question, Your Honor?
Sure.
I'm in here doing like 60 some days from your courtroom.
Right.
And I'm almost up. I got like maybe 14 more days.
Right.
And Robert Stokes has held my job for me for over 2 months, or right at 2 months now.
What a nice guy, Robert.
He needs me back roofing. Can I get no R bond?
Roofing.
You're eligible, and I will consider that. But I want to know something. Why are you wearing red?
Why?
Yeah, I'm in the hole for fighting in here.
Oh.
I had no choice.
red
Your Honor.
moon.
I mean, the
You guys are right.
Well, let's hold off, because if this involves Mr. Sheesh, we don't want to get into any details. All right?
Sheesh.
Sheesh. Calm down.
But
All
if
right.
I can get no R bond, I can get out. I'm trying to get Christian Burkett to represent this, because this is messed up for real.
He's pleading not getting
guilty
for assault.
My mailing address is 196
People in jail.
South First Street, and then I have an address of 209 Greenfield Avenue.
Both
Newark,
Newark
Ohio.
addresses?
Yeah,
So physically, you're going to be on Greenfield Avenue, but you want your mail to go to the lookup center?
yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay.
Or roofing.
This guy's probably pretty badass back in the day.
The only way I got to get out
Like now.
Yeah,
And
I want to
will
hear the
show
rest.
up.
Why he had to
All right.
fight.
Well, if I remember correctly, and I do, you had a very difficult time showing up for the other cases for which you're actually serving your sentence now. Was that a fair statement?
Yeah, I was in the hospital like 5 different times. I'm not kidding you. I was. You can tell. I was in twice for that corona, and then for my heart.
That corona.
You had corona twice?
I had altogether. I had it 3 times.
Somebody else
Well,
inside, I think, on
Mr.
their
Ballard, God knows why, but I am going to
Twice.
on your own recognizance on the condition
More
you not
number
in contact with Kevin Sheesh. Now, I understand. I was assuming they will not put you two in proximity to one another in the jail, correct?
I'm going to request that I stay in the hole until I get out.
Okay. So here's what's going to happen. We will go ahead and
point.
Put me in
get
the
this
hole.
randomly assigned to a judge. You need to get an application for court-appointed counsel from the folks down there at the jail and get it filled out. Since you're not going anywhere, even though I OR'd you, you're not going anywhere for a couple weeks. They should send it down here for you, but make sure that they're willing to do that. If they're not, then they didn't want you to get out. Main thing is, do show up for your next court dates, because if your case gets assigned to me and you have additional problems making it to court, if you're ultimately convicted of this offense, that's going to play into sentencing and not in a positive way. Got it?
And I appreciate it.
All right, Mr. Ballard. Well, you may go with the officer, and we'll see you next court hearing, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now on this here, I got no R, right?
You're OR'd on this bond with the no contact provision. As far as I can tell, the only thing you need to do is serve the next 15 days, and then you're getting out on my old cases.
Thank you, sir.
All right. You may
No
go
fighting.
Thank you, Mr.
You're with
Ballard.
yourself in the hole.
God bless you.
Christopher Cash Dollar.
What?
What did he just?
No.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. You're Mr. Cash Dollar, sir?
Yes, sir.
No.
And Mr. Cash Dollar, do you
No.
understand your rights in court based upon watching the video?
Cash
Or
dollar.
did you receive a copy of the
Is that-
complaint that was filed against
How do you have a last name like that?
Did you read it? You understand you've been charged with a single count of assault?
Yes, who charged me with the assault? Was that?
Well, obviously, somebody contacted the police. They responded. They collected information, conducted an investigation, and presented that to the prosecutor's office, who ultimately elected to file this complaint. That's why you're here today.
All right, thank you.
This is the first degree misdemeanor. It carries up to 180 days and a $1,000 fine. How do you want to plead?
And not guilty.
And what's your current address?
It is 557.5 West Main Street.
1/2.
Ask if you could consider giving me an OR bond.
Me too.
I'm going to the housing coalition.
I want proof.
And I don't want to lose my place or have my property.
Nancy Cash Dollar.
Well, that's
Okay.
going to depend on a couple of things. Number one, I'm going to look through the file, check out the report. And number two, I'm going to look through your previous record to determine what kind of a history you have with the court. So if you'll bear with me for one moment, I'm going to look through that. But I will give you a chance to make any further statements about bond before I decide what to do there. All right?
All right, thank you.
Can I legally change my name? Looks like he doesn't have a cash dollar to his name either.
No, he doesn't. He's broke and busted.
Yeah, there's no sense.
Cash dollar. And come on.
That's one of the best names we've had so far, I gotta say.
Do you think he owns like a DJ company where it's like cash money, cash money, cash money? Coming to your party, cash money.
Surely he had to make that up. And people just went with it.
Got a name like Cash Dollar, and he changes his rap name to something like Little Dog.
Father, Mr. Bill. What a great name. Don't forget, we got Judge Herman, as long as he don't cut that, right?
Yeah, I got it paused.
Yeah.
He should be fine. He had just started, so I don't think he's
You employed, Mr. Cash Dollar?
No, sir.
Dollar General.
I'm currently applying with an attorney, and it's been about a year I've been waiting.
Sure. What kind of work did you do before you got hurt?
It's been since 2009 when I had brain surgery. I have seizures and
I know. I don't mean to pry. I'm just kind of curious what kind of work you did do. I don't want to embarrass you.
Oh, it was light industrial.
It was what?
Light industrial.
Oh,
I'm not sure what that entails, but
that doesn't even sound like a real thing. And then I got the brain surgery. And now here I am.
I currently have an attorney keeping my SSI.
yeah, we need to look up Sheriff Randy
And
Thorpe.
I get my housing to the housing coalition.
Well, here's what I'm going to do today, Mr. Cash Dollar. I said I was going to give you a chance to make further statement, but I don't think you're going to care whether I do or not, because I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time. I will, however, put on a no contact provision, so you're not to have any contact either directly or indirectly with Candace Hairston. If you do, your bond can get revoked and it can be set at an amount you wouldn't be able to post, in which case you'd be stuck down there until your case were resolved. You understand?
I understand. Thank you.
Now, this case will be randomly assigned to a judge and set for a trial. You're going to get notice by mail of when that's going to be, so make sure the address on your bond is the address where you want things to come. You're eligible to ask for court-appointed counsel. You have to fill out the application, and since you're being released, it'll be your responsibility to turn it into the clerk. The folks in the jail can tell you exactly where that is, but I have a suspicion that you know where it goes anyway, right?
Yes, sir.
Do not wait until the day of trial to make an application for counsel, because if your case is assigned to me, I probably won't give you a continuance. All right?
All right.
Okay, so any other questions today?
That's it. Thank you.
Very well, Mr. Cash Dollar. You may go with the officer. Thank you.
Wow, yeah, in Columbus, Ohio.
I said goodbye, vamos, adios, ciao, so long, get the hat, Jack.
Hello, how you doing, sir?
Good
Tim,
afternoon, Mr.
you're right.
Did you understand your rights in court today?
You imagine somebody writing them a check and it pays for the order of to Cash Dollar?
He only has 10 friends on
You haven't made
Facebook.
any appearances on it.
So I have 11 after today.
And it's going to take a minute. First and foremost, you understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and take these in chronological order, because I
Oh,
think that
shit.
makes the most sense. So the oldest case, they say happened between, let's see. Okay, so they're saying the first case is 22 CRB 890. The Lincoln County Sheriff.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Case 22 CRB 890. Lincoln County Sheriff alleges that you, on or about between May the 2nd and the 12th of this year, within Etna Township and in Lincoln County, Ohio, that you knowingly made or caused to be made a telecommunication, or knowingly permitted a telecommunication to be made.
Welcome back, Double A.
Telecommunications device under your control with the purpose to abuse, threaten, or harass, to wit, Christopher O'Malley. Now, that's
Christopher O'Malley.
180 days in jail, up to $1,000 fine. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty, and may I say that this is false and hearsay?
Well, first and foremost, by
Hearsay.
its nature, a no contest plea denies the charge, so it's not necessary for you to
Meyer.
continue in that regard. The state will be required to prove the charge beyond a reasonable doubt. If they can't, you will not be convicted nor condemned.
Hearsay. Are we in court?
Furthermore, hearsay is inadmissible at trial, and if they attempt to introduce any hearsay, you can certainly object to it, or if you have a lawyer, your lawyer can object to it. And if it's a good objection, it'll be sustained and the evidence won't come in. All right. What's your current address?
Quick question, sir. If I've been representing myself with Amazon, against Amazon, and Christopher O'Malley works against Amazon. So for them to even say that it's harassment or stalking when the legal process is for me to try to contact, which I did consistently
Let's
try to
hold off
contact.
on making any comments about what you may or may not have did. I have a strong feeling you're going to enter pleas of not guilty to everything that we're dealing with today.
Yes,
you don't
sir,
want to
I
make any statements that could later be used against you, that you may
Okay,
think today
thank you.
might help you out, but down the road might actually not. Okay?
Skipper?
Okay.
All right. So what is your
Thank you.
address?
197 McFalls Way. I actually don't have a home address, and that was the last place I was getting my mail. So I don't like.
So
it-
this
it's
is clicking on Amazon.
I don't have her address. She's in the lobby.
Okay. Well,
all you want.
obviously, we want an address where you know you can get your mail. All right.
Yeah, it's kind of hard
Close.
to get it from that address because I don't live there, and then I don't know her address by heart.
Sure. Okay. In case number 22 CRB 889, they're also alleging telecommunication harassment for the same purpose. This time, they
Yeah,
say
don't
they-
touch that pavement, RJ.
a person by the name of
150
Will
degrees.
Again, a first degree misdemeanor again between May the 2nd and May the 12th in Etna Township, Lincoln County, Ohio. So again, first degree misdemeanor with the penalties described. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
May I add, this is
Sorry,
all.
not guilty.
Oh, I got that.
I could ask you the same question. It wouldn't make any sense, but I could do it.
The volume of their voice when they say not. And I always tell them it's really important that you get that not out there because it's a big.
Yeah, let me take my mask out because I take my mask off.
Okay.
Yeah, mask
So
and down.
the next one chronologically, they're alleging these offenses occurred between the dates of May the 24th and May the 30th, again in Etna Township, Lincoln County, Ohio. Count one alleges that you engaged in a pattern of conduct knowingly causing another person to believe that you would cause them
They
physical
backed
harm,
out.
or to cause mental distress to that person. That's called menacing by stalking. That's a first degree misdemeanor. So again, up to 180 days, up to $1,000 fine.
Okay.
The second count of this complaint alleges another offense of telecommunication harassment. They don't list a specific
there?
individual, but it's that same threaten, abuse, or harass language.
May I say that these are
Hearsay.
group messages?
It worked last time.
Each one of these persons are in management, so I will have to talk to one of them.
Like
So
I said,
these-
let's hold off on
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
you're
what
right,
you
you're
may or may
right,
not
you're
have done. And today we just want to make sure we give you an opportunity to be heard regarding a plea, okay? The third
Okay, yeah,
count
not
alleges
guilty.
telecommunication harassment. On this one, it's the same. They don't mention a specific person, but they're alleging the purpose was for abuse, threatening, or harassing. But again, an M1. The fourth count is also telecommunication harassment. They're saying this one happened on, okay, so the first one they say between the 24th and 30th of May.
It
The
does
second
get
one they're
down
claiming was
quick.
on
It's
the
all
24th
Amazon,
of May.
right?
The third one they're claiming was on May the 26th. The fourth one they allege was on May the 29th, and that's another telecommunication harassment. Again, the abuse, threaten, or harass language, first degree misdemeanor. And then the last one they allege was on May the 30th, telecommunication harassment. Again, threaten, abuse, or harass. So all five of those are misdemeanors of the first degree.
You need to rewrite that
Please,
law.
not guilty of all charges.
Telecommunications sounds so old.
Yes, sir.
I'm thinking he's perfect, Trisha, because he won't shut up. He's a talker.
He knows the law, though, Creed. I mean, obviously.
Of course.
Objection. Hearsay. Tomfoolery.
And then he's yapping all about talking to,
Okay, that leaves us with one last case that we got to address.
Oh, that's it?
Just one more, bud.
And once we get your pleas entered, we're going to talk about your bonds here in a second. All right? I should
Well,
say your bonds because you get a bond on every case. Okay, so the last case, the 22 CRB 1037, that alleges that on or about July the 9th of this year, within the city of Patasko,
He doesn't know that, though.
that you did recklessly or by means of force resist or interfere with your arrest, your lawful arrest. That's a misdemeanor
He's
second degree,
this
commonly known
close.
as resisting arrest. It carries up to 90 days in jail, up to a $750 fine. How do you want to plead to that charge?
Not guilty. And may I say, well, concerning that issue, that, well, this all
I
links
call him
together.
slow
I
Will
was
Smith.
kidnapped by officers last year.
There it is.
During this whole situation by Captain John Cook, and they
kidnapped.
put a gun to my head and tried to kill me. So I don't look at officers as any type of safety at all. So for them to pull up behind me, I'm on my way to my third job at this point. It's 10:51 at night. He pulls behind me. I've done nothing wrong. I wasn't speeding. He says I went on the double line. I didn't do that. I've requested the dash cam, and I'm going to pursue that myself. But
I don't know if they filed any traffic complaint against you, because if they had, they probably would have included with these other cases. They try to get.
Well, that's what he told me. That's the reason he told me he pulled me over was he wanted to make sure.
The kidnapping thing, taking a book out of old chili.
No, they gave me nothing, sir.
Yeah, they probably
Kidnapped.
elected not to charge the traffic case. So,
well, what he
that's
told
up
me
to them.
was
They can still change their mind. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I've been pleaded not guilty to all the charges across these four cases.
Good point.
I'm going to give you a chance to make a statement regarding bond, but before I let you start, I just want to remind you that everything you say is being recorded, and what you may feel is something that could exonerate you or help you out or put you in a better position could ultimately end up being a piece of evidence that the state could use in prosecuting you and could certainly lead to your conviction. So you're going to want to be careful about talking about specifics of what may or may not have happened, which led to these charges being filed. I'm already fully aware.
Hello, California watcher.
And what I've seen so far of the context of this between some sort of legal controversy between you and Amazon. So I get that part of it. But the purpose of addressing bond is to talk about,
is he saying all of this is tied to Amazon?
In addition, like to the
I think he's trying to say that.
The
Yeah.
health and safety of the community,
like
or anybody in specifics.
Mayor, Law Talk with Mike, he has a huge playlist of it, everything. And it is
highly
recommended. Caution again, not wise at all to talk about what may or may not have happened when these charges were filed. Understand?
I got you.
So anything you want to say before I state your case here?
Yes, I would like to ask for an OR bond. I'm not any harm. I barely leave my house. I work 3 jobs, FedEx, Ascena,
You barely
all my son's moving company. I don't
barely
have
leave your
time
house. You have
to
3
play
jobs.
around.
Yeah, all that you have to go to.
And according to the law and what I've learned from the law and contacting Amazon is this is out of malice and retaliation for them covering up what they did the first time I was here. And I just asked for a OR bond. I'm not talking to them. I haven't talked
He's
to
been
them
told to stop about that
or
3
even tried.
times
I was
now.
going to honestly let that go. I've
And
been
we're
working my 3 jobs. I'm
still
already
going.
struggling all the way as it is. I got 3 kids. I got a girl. I got a family to take care of. So
You got 3 girls,
that's all I asked for, and that's all I have to say.
3 jobs, 3 kids, and 3 cars.
All right, I'm just glancing through the file here for some more
I'm just glad you shut up.
bonds.
Okay, thank you.
Shut up!
Thank you. Thank you. Creed's a penguin and I'm a fat train. Thank you. One's very high on the adorable scale. The other polluting the world. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What do you think these? He's not going to get a. I think he's going to get a cash bond. I would say 5 each. You think maybe? Or is that a little high?
Like $2,000 to get out.
Also, one quick question while you're looking over that.
Yeah, go ahead.
The officer had took my wallet and threw it on the ground yesterday. That and my cell phone.
Had 50,000.
Not with my possessions, and my wallet has my social security card, identification, everything that I need, and they took.
Have you
They took my
confirmed
car.
with the jail personnel that those weren't included in your personal property that when you were booked in?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay.
When they were booking me in last night, I did, and my
Well,
car
here's
is
what you
now
can
at the
do.
end.
I don't know whether you're going to act as your own attorney in these criminal matters or whether you're going to ask the court to appoint an attorney or whether you're going to hire one. But either way, no matter who's representing your interests, whether it be you or an attorney, the most appropriate way to address that is to file a motion with the court seeking an order for any
God
personal
bless.
property still in their possession to return to you. That will then be reviewed by a judge, and that judge will make a decision as to whether or not that's warranted, or even if they claim, if they claim that they have the property. I don't know whether they'll admit that they have it or not. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking for the dash cams. I'm seeking those already.
Yeah, and you obviously have a right to what's called discovery. So you would be entitled to that information anyway.
You've got mail.
Yes, that's it. Truth is out there.
Diabetes. Diabetes.
His own attorney.
Hey, some pretty crazy stuff, the Amber Turd stuff. If they're saying that there was a juror potentially that wasn't even subpoenaed, like another person showed up, a fake
I'm
juror.
supposed to know somebody's being distressed because
I mean, if
I'm
that's the
trying to
case,
file a lawsuit. That's
We're gonna file some more lawsuits, bud.
a lot of malice.
Diabetes.
Pretty much, yeah. I got it. Sorry. I'm good. I'll be fine. Give me a week. I'll be good as new.
A&E has some live court show coming up, by the way. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah.
Wait, Mr. Stansbury, weren't you the
The
judge that handled my case last year?
It's possible, to be honest. I see so many people, I don't always remember
You're a doctor,
everybody. And I
right?
always say it's never a good thing when the judge remembers you. So the fact that if I did and I don't remember you, that's probably a good
You just asked him if he was a doctor.
You're Dr. Stansbury, right?
Oh, doctor.
I'm a doctor of laws.
Yeah, Dr. Stansbury. You're the one who handled my case the first time.
I don't think he was too happy about the fact that he handled his case the first time. Is he going to fly off the handle, or is he going to keep it cool? Because he's right on that edge, I feel.
Mm-hmm. He's ready to snap. Oh no. I really feel like he's got like something out for him now. Now the tables have turned.
Once he realized that, his whole demeanor kind of changed, it seems.
He's at the point now like, oh, no need for me to talk anymore. Dr. Stansbury. Doctor, what are you doing here?
That's interesting. See, I haven't dug deep into that because I know what happens, and I just start watching video after video. This guy's going to be great.
Oh yeah,
if he gets a judge that lets him go,
it'd be amazing.
So Mr. Eccles, here's what's going to happen. Now, I don't know whether these cases are going to be consolidated, whether they'll be tried together, separately or not. But there's nothing here that causes me growing concern, at least as far as the severity of the allegations are concerned. As you stand there, you're presumed to be innocent, and I afford you every presumption in that regard. But the court, as I mentioned, is required to take certain matters into consideration, as I explained. So here's what we're going to do. On the first two cases, the first one is the telecommunication harassment. The second one is the telecommunication harassment. These are the ones between supposedly May the 2nd and May the 12th. On each of those, it's going to be a $2,500 cash surety or 10% bond.
Ooh.
The case that has the 5 separate complaints,
liquor, thousands of dollars of liquor.
It's going to be a $5,000 cash surety or 10% bond. And I'll
DoorDash.
make it a no R bond on the resisting charge. Now, as a condition, I'm going to put on a no contact order with Amazon or its employees. I understand that you may have pending litigation or contemplation. We can readdress those bond restrictions when and if it becomes time or it becomes necessary for you to pursue appropriate and legitimate legal action in regards to your claims against Amazon. But for now, you can't just contact them to contact them. Understand?
Okay.
So the cases will be randomly assigned to a judge, set for a trial. As I said, they may all be set differently. They may be together. I'm not sure. If you're going to be representing yourself, that's fine. You have the right to do that. You also have the right to hire an attorney. And if you want to ask the court to appoint an attorney to represent you because you think you qualify based upon your income and your expenses, they have the application forms there at the jail. When you get out, you have to turn
Income. I don't have any income. I stay at home all the time. I never leave the house. I work 3 jobs.
Bond amounts themselves can be revisited in the future. I'm going to leave them in those amounts for today.
That'll do it.
So could you repeat that again? The bond. So what would I have to pay?
I've got two $2,500 bonds, so that's a total of
Yes.
$5,000. And then a second, and then on the third case, it's a $5,000. So you got $10,000 total in bonds.
Who said 10,000? Pamela?
Percent of that amount to get out. All right.
I said 5 each. I wasn't too far off.
I'm a doctor of law. It's not a doctor of
$1,000.
math.
My bad.
All
Doctor of laws, not a doctor of
Any
math.
questions, sir?
No, that's it.
All right, you may go with the officer. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have a feeling that dude really held back.
Next up, we have Harry Evans.
There was a lot of things that he wanted to say, but I think he held
Sir,
back.
Mr. Evans?
Congrats, Pamela.
Yes.
I'll read it.
Oh, look at this guy.
Yes.
All right,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Evans, do you understand your rights in court today?
Yes.
Did you receive a copy of the two complaints that were filed against you?
G. Stephen O'Neill.
Yes.
Did you read those? Do you understand that you've been charged with one count of assault and one count of disorderly conduct?
Yes.
The assault charge carries up to 180 days jail, up to
Oh,
$1,000 fine.
he's absolutely
Disorderly
murdered somebody.
is a fourth-degree misdemeanor is filed.
Way
When
too
you
normal
file
looking.
it as a minor misdemeanor.
Who was hair before he came in here?
How do you want to plead to the charges?
I'm not guilty.
And what's your current address?
390 St. Thomas Drive, Westerville, Ohio. 43081.
Are you employed?
Of course.
Yeah, I own my own business.
And what kind of business do you have?
Remodeling.
What's the name of the company?
Young and Evans.
Okay, so you have a partner?
Yeah, he's here
He's
today
young.
too.
He's young.
Well, looks like I'll be seeing him later.
Oh, they're both in.
Yeah.
Give me a chance to look over the file here real quick. and then
Apparently somebody didn't pay.
Bear with me 1 second.
You don't pay up, you get an ass whooping.
Not yet, bite-sized Cobra Vince, but man, hopefully someday, fingers crossed. That would be
One day.
great.
That's when we know we've made it.
That's right. This dude looks way too normal for licking. This is weird.
Think he come from out of town doing some
Maybe
work.
yeah, just traveling through.
Maybe his business is fighting. Yeah, we're ass kick for hire team. We come through, beat ass, move on.
We don't take names.
Just here to do what we do best. Fight. I like that the other guy in the business is coming up.
Fingers crossed that he's on next.
Yeah, he's over there. We're having a great time. I just want to say we really love the place. It's nice.
Yeah, there was some fighting. I guess we could see that.
Either something like that or somebody didn't want to pay up. Maybe, I don't know, an employee they had to set straight.
We had to abandon ship because licking came on. You know how that happens. As soon as licking goes live, we're on it. Well, we're always live, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Are you insinuating that his partner may be a man?
Yeah, of course it is. Creed. Women don't do much remodeling work, do they? I mean, I know they do on those TV shows, but
We're talking about a different kind of partner, Mike.
oh, I'm sorry. His beard smells great, probably. Oh, see? Flush is with me on that. Best smelling beard in prison. Any chance his partner doesn't have the same hair? Like they're both
Oh, you
just.
think it looks similar?
Yeah.
I'm thinking business partner, not.
Oh, absolutely, business partner. Evans and Young. I mean, that's like a folk band. Damn, there's a lot to read.
Must have been quite a lot happening there for them.
Yeah, that's a lot to read.
Looks a lot like him, doesn't he? Looks like he owns one of those giant ass fans. You know what I'm talking about?
How long has your company been in business?
2 days.
Probably 3 or 4 years. I mean,
Which
I've
one?
been doing it my whole life, but just recently, last 3 or 4 years, 3 years. Yeah, last 3 years.
Oh, did you hear him?
We got an LLC. Started doing things super legit.
It's right there. That's what we did too, dude.
Get a LLC. Super legit.
We're super legit YouTubers now.
They can sue your company and never get any of your monies.
Bring it on. Sue away, mother.
The company has $0.
Yeah. I have $7 in my account. Come get it.
We got assets. That's it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, if you take all of what we've got between both of us, you'd make one decent studio.
Maybe. Half.
All right, Mr. Young, here's what we're going to, I'm sorry, Mr. Evans. I will release you on your own recognizance on 2 conditions. Number 1, you're not to consume any alcohol or illegal drugs while the bond is in place. Number 2, you have absolutely no contact, either directly, indirectly, third-party, social media, with the alleged victim in this case, Tyler Slight. Now, the case will be signed to a judge and set for a trial. You'll get notice by mail, unless you get a lawyer.
Get noticed by a mail or by the mail?
Court appointed. But the
Perked up and thought another guy was coming.
application is there at the jail, and since you're being released, they're not going to send it down here for you. So if you want to get a lawyer, get one right away. Don't wait until the day of trial. This is not Franklin County. Public defenders don't magically appear in the courtroom. You have to take steps to secure counsel. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Is that a dig on the county over?
Yeah, he's from Franklin County.
Shane Fullerton.
Is this our dude?
No, I think he says
No.
yeah.
Are you Mr. Fullerton?
I am.
Mr. Fullerton, do you understand your rights in court today?
I do.
Did you get a copy of your traffic ticket?
I did not, unfortunately. However, I was able to peruse it on the screen of the computer.
Okay, well, specifically, it looks like the Buckeye Lake Police Department is alleging that on or about today's date at around 1:50 a.m., you were operating a 2013 Lincoln on State Route 79 Everett Avenue within the village of Buckeye Lake and in Licking County, Ohio, while under the influence of alcohol and or drug abuse. It's further alleged that you were operating that vehicle while you were under what's called a license forfeiture. Based upon your previous driving record, that's an unclassified misdemeanor. It carries no jail time, possibility of a fine, some community service, and a suspension of your right to apply for a license of up to 1 year. The OBI charge is alleged to be a first offense within a 10-year period, so the penalties would be the same as explained in the video. Did you understand that information?
I did, Your Honor. Thank you.
And how do you want to plead?
Not guilty.
And what's your current address?
The only place I can possibly even receive mail would be 6592 Reflections Drive, Apartment B, Dublin, Ohio 43017. But I was recently, unfortunately, evicted from that place.
All right.
And you think you can still get mail there?
You can just drop by here to pick up my mail. Here you go, there, Johnny. Take it away.
By the way, the guy that was on before him had his own
I would just
address
like to
and
seek a
place to get mail.
continuance until a further date for both cases so that I can get an attorney.
You see what this judge has to deal with every
your motion to continue.
day?
I'm going to go ahead and enter pleas of not guilty on your
has to
behalf.
be.
And I will release you on your own recognizance. You have no prior record. You need to figure out where you're going to be able to get your mail, though, because that's how you're going to be notified by us. Now, you can check your own case status online at lcmunicipalcourt.com. You can go to the clerk's office, find out.
Avocado's
I don't
disgusting.
care. Obviously, you need to make sure you're here for your next court date.
Burger
If you're
King is
not,
putting
we'll issue
avocado
warrant for your
spread.
arrest and you'll
No!
get OR the next time.
Not for me.
What I strongly recommend that you do is pick up an application for court-appointed counsel there at the jail. Get it filled out, but since you're being released, they will not submit that for you. That'll be your job.
There's nowhere that could beat this. I'm
Your
sorry.
attorney can assist not just in helping you with the case, but to also make sure that you know when and where you're supposed to be so that there can't be an additional failures to appear. So that being said, any questions?
No, sir.
You know,
All right, Mr. Fullerton,
Pamela
you're
and,
good,
and Judge
sir.
Stansbury does this with a smile on his face, and he's quite jovial usually. He deals with things in a great way. I know. You're not indigent.
Good afternoon. Are you Ms. Garvin?
Yeah.
And Ms. Garvin, do you understand your rights in court today?
Drugs?
Yeah.
Did you
She's a
receive
very
copy of the
clingy
complaint that was filed
girlfriend.
against you?
Yes.
Did you read it? Do you understand that you've been charged with violation of a protection order?
Yes, sir.
That's the first degree misdemeanor. The maximum penalty carries up to 180 days jail, up to $1,000 fine. How do you want to plead?
Guilty.
Now, before I can accept your guilty plea, I needed to go over a number of things with you. Do you understand that the violation of protection order
Has to be.
carries up to 180 days jail, up to $1,000 fine?
Yes, sir.
You understand you have a right to a trial.
Depends on the day,
I'm
Kevin.
sorry. You understand that you have a right to a
Tina Smash?
to represent you, and if you couldn't afford one and you qualify, we give you one for free.
Okay.
I like
Do
free.
you have an attorney for this, or do you want to give up that?
Excited for that.
Yeah. Give it up.
Okay.
That's a good point, Ed.
Sue will have to do a written waiver on this one. You're presumed to be innocent of this charge, as anybody charged with any criminal offense in the United States is. It's always the government's burden to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt before you can be convicted. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And do you realize that you have a right to a trial with the judge or a jury?
Yes, sir.
Did you know that at the trial you could question your accusers after they'd finished testifying against you?
Yes, sir.
And did you know you have a right to subpoena your own witnesses to compel or require them to show up so that they could testify in your favor?
Got my law night,
You have a constitutional right not to testify if you don't want to. If you decided you didn't want to, nobody could make you. And if you didn't testify at all, wouldn't be held against you in any way. Understand that?
But they say she
Yes, sir.
Guilty of committing this offense. That means the state doesn't have to prove anything in order for me to find you guilty.
I'm
It
blank.
also
A
means
protection
you're giving
order.
up those rights that we just discussed, including, most importantly, your right to a trial. Do you understand that?
She's not only a clingy girlfriend,
If
she's
I
a clingy
have your plea of guilty
ex-girlfriend.
here today, and I enter conviction, I'm going to impose sentence upon you.
Thank you.
As a first degree misdemeanor,
Finishing
as
our
I
own
mentioned, this is
sentences.
up to 180 days in jail, up to $1,000 fine. This, however, is what we call an enhanceable offense, which means if I enter a conviction today based upon your guilty plea, and you are charged at any time in the future, doesn't matter whether it's next week, next year, next century, with the same, doesn't matter whether it's the same person or not. If you get charged with this offense again, if you get convicted today, it can be filed as a felony level offense and could carry potential prison term. You're not facing those penalties today, but if you plead guilty today, understand?
I like Slurpee.
Yes.
Yeah, today's 7-Eleven.
Does that affect your decision when it's
Slurpee machine's down.
No.
Believe
Have
that.
you been threatened in any way in order to get you to do what you're doing?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything?
Well, he's a doctor of the law.
No.
Are you under
Not the
influence of anything
maths.
right now?
No.
And are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to take a quick look here through the file.
That she didn't pay for and then just ran out after she pounded him.
With you. Make sure you actually read it, because when I come back to speak with you some more, I'm going to verify that you did read it and that you understood it. Okay?
Okay.
Right. While he's reading that, guys, please go ahead and give this video a good old liker.
So, one quick question while we have a second while he's reading. Are you guys hearing Mikey okay, or is he muffled?
Am I? Oh my God.
No. Don't switch anything, because I truly think it's me. I think that by the time it makes it to YouTube and all out to the others, it's fine. So I want to know if you guys can hear Mikey okay. And Mikey, are you feeling all right to stick around for a little bit, or you want to?
Yeah, I'm good for just
Got a little bit in you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna run out and check the traffic and weather together then. Yeah. See, I thought so. See, that's just me. That's why I was saying don't touch anything.
The protection
Okay.
for what happened earlier.
See, I get that sometimes on from you, where you sound bad, sound effects are all completely, and then I hear it back and it's fine.
There. And I didn't really understand completely about the protection order when they served it, because he was going so fast. And I told my boyfriend,
Okay,
I'm
good.
out there.
Yeah, it's just me.
He kept saying, yes, you are. It's fine. My mom said it's fine. And he took me in the garage, and then all of a sudden the cops come. And I told
The
him,
old trap.
so that's it.
Are you employed?
He
Not
entrapped her.
that I'm looking. I have applications in,
Okay.
and I'm a mom.
So Art's audio is overpowering Mikey's
And
audio.
she's 5.
And what's her name?
See if I do.
Evelyn.
And who does she live with?
If I do, does that help any?
In
Your mother lives here in
Galleon.
town?
No, she lives in Galleon.
All right. Anything else you want to say before I decide what to do?
I'm really hoping for an OR bond, but I'm taking whatever.
Okay.
I'm really
we won't
sorry
I
for
won't
what I
be
did.
setting a bond. If I accept your guilty plea, I'm going to be imposing sentence. Do you understand?
Oh, I hope Mona's not being sentenced. I hope that sounded all right.
I'm going to find you guilty, and I'm just going
Mona,
to impose a sentence.
you're doing well.
On you. There won't be a bond. You won't have to come back to court again unless you violate your probation terms. Understand?
Okay, will I get an OR? Can you get an OR if you're guilty?
There's no bond. I'll decide what the sentence should be. I could order that you serve a jail term. I could order that a jail term be suspended. I could
No,
order
that's
that you serve
bad,
some,
girl.
the rest of it be suspended. So,
Okay.
yeah. So with that
Okay.
understanding, do you want to stand on your plea of guilty today?
Yeah.
Okay. All
All
right.
right. She's ready to take her medicine. Yeah. I got a new board and stuff. So it'll take some fine tuning. What do you guys think she's gonna get? Will she get the old Bishop treatment? Will they ignore the whole case? Thank you, Kay. So she's claiming she was lured over there by her ex-husband, and then he called the law on her. I'm cutting out now, right now, like this very second.
Did you say that you are employed?
No, I'm not. I'm looking.
That's right. You said you were looking.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm breaking it. Great. Now I don't know what to believe anymore.
It's been a long, long time since I've been in trouble.
Well, here's the deal, Miss Garvin.
Yes, sir.
Nobody other than a legal officer, either in the form of a magistrate or a judge, can tell you that you're no longer subject to the terms and conditions of a protection order. Even the person who got the order, if they have a change of heart and say, "Oh, never mind, you can come over, you can be around me, I don't care."
Okay.
You can't. You're not allowed to, and they don't have the authority to give you permission to do that. So, number one, based on what you're telling me, that didn't come from, the information that supposedly you could be there didn't come from the person who had the order. It came from this boyfriend of yours. So unless he's an attorney, I don't know that I would necessarily take his advice in the future. Understand?
You're right.
No advice.
Well, Ms. Garvin, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to impose a 90-day jail term, and I'm going to suspend 85 days. That means you got 5 days you got to serve right now, but then you're going to get out and you're going to be on probation for a year. The terms and conditions of your probation are you need to refrain from the use of any alcohol, illegal drugs, or abusive prescription medication. You need to get a job, suitable employment. You need to abide by the terms of the CPO. So I'm not putting a no contact order on. I'm just saying you have to abide by the CPO. If there's a rapprochement between you and the protected person, then you can be around him again if that CPO gets dismissed without any further order of the court. But as long as that order is in place, if you violate it, not only could you get charged with a new criminal offense as a felony, as I mentioned, you could end up serving the other 85 days that I haven't suspended. You understand?
Yeah.
So she does it again. She's going back in the blink.
I could get an OR bond today.
Well, like I explained to you already, there is no bond once you've pled guilty. It's just a sentence.
No bond.
Yeah. So what you're asking me is if I'll just suspend the entire balance. I'm not going to do that today. I want there to be at least a minimal consequence today, so you understand what happens if you violate in the future. All right. The fine's going to be $150. I'm going to order you to pay the court costs. When you get released in 5 days, you're going to report to the probation department down here at 40 West Main Street, and they'll explain to you what else you'll need to do. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, Ms. Garvin, you may go with the officer. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
I don't know, but I mean, she
There
definitely,
will be last because I have it taken out of here.
Okay. And
she's
Sue,
definitely
needs to execute that
kind of funny.
Oh no,
And she definitely should not go back to her ex-husband's house. I think we've all
Tristan McConaughey.
established that as the thing for her not to.
Mr. McConaughey, you understand your rights in court today?
Yes, sir.
She's
You
going
have
to get
a
out.
case that we need to deal with. You got a new case that we'll address here in a moment. You got an old case with Judge George in which you had failed to appear for a trial. Looks like earlier this month. He set a bond for you when he issued the warrant. We're going to set a bond because you have to go back and see him. All right.
Okay.
What's your current address?
What do you guys have down?
I don't know. What did you tell me on the 17th?
Oh my God, he's great.
Stony.
I believe I told you 11 North Morris.
You told me 11 South. That's close.
all right.
Is that still it?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I would have asked you this then. I'll ask you now. Who actually lives there?
A friend of mine whom I've been staying with for the past couple months ever since.
And that friend allows you to get mail there? You can
Yeah, I don't think she understood that.
Yeah, she should definitely not.
I need to back up a moment. Did you
Especially when you get out today.
All right.
About what?
About your rights in court?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you understand that again?
Yeah.
Okay. Any particular reason why you didn't make it to your court date last week?
I had
I thought so, but I
Some
didn't
vision
want to.
problems. Just couldn't see yourself being
say.
there.
No, sir.
It's a compression
I've
thing.
just
We'll figure it out. Ain't no big deal.
been having a
Thankfully.
lot of issues with being in town and stuff. I've been out of town.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get back into town to
To what?
They built a wall around the town and he couldn't get back in. That's what he's trying to say.
He's trying to figure it out and he just stopped. That's how much he's had some pat, I think. Or other drugs. There's something.
See, this board has a
Out on Walnut Road?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you got arrested what, on Friday?
Yes.
This board
hear me
has
at all?
This board has a button. That's how every sentence this entire show has went for me. No offense to you guys. I just with audio, if you're not listening really clear or watching his lips move, you wouldn't even know.
On or about July the 9th, within the village of Buckeye Lake, Lincoln County, Ohio, that you, with the purpose to deprive the owner of property or services, knowingly obtained or exerted control over that property, specifically Dollar General, without
Dollar General.
I'm not sure what it was, but they're claiming that you shoplifted from the Dollar General. Again, it's a theft. Again, it's up to it's a first-degree misdemeanor, up to a $1,000 fine, 180 days in jail. How do you want to plead?
Not guilty.
I think the same thing.
Click your mic audio on StreamYard with the automatically adjusting and stuff, because that does a form of help as well. You might want to switch those. What we need to do is a little testing session.
Maybe that'll help. I don't know. We'll see.
Like I said, it's not a huge deal. But for me, I can't. You can hear it a lot more clear.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. On your new case,
Right.
Mr. McConaughey, I'll go ahead and release
On
on
your
your own recognizance on two conditions.
Wow.
Number one, you're
Good
not
hell.
to return to any Dollar General store, not just one out in Buckeye Lake, but any Dollar General. And number
In
two,
the whole
not
country.
consuming alcohol or illegal drugs. Understand?
Yes, sir.
This case will be randomly assigned to a judge. Might go to Judge George, might come to me. And we'll get a new court date set. Until and unless an attorney gets involved, all notices are going directly to you. So I can't stress enough how important it is that you fill out your application for a court-appointed attorney. You can get one from there at the jail. Now,
Yes, sir.
when Judge George issued the warrant for your arrest, he set your bond at $2,000 cash or your 10%. Typically, when I'm dealing with a case that belongs to another judge and they've sent a bond amount, I will defer to them because A, it's their case, and B, they know the history of it much better than I do, and C, I like for them to defer to me in my judgment when I do that stuff and they hear it. So I'm going to leave that bond in amount and that bond in the same amount today. But $2,000 cash or your 10% can be modified and reduced in the future, but that would be up to Judge George. But we'll get this set back to him and get it scheduled for a trial. Again, I strongly recommend that you submit an application for court-appointed counsel. You can get that from the jail. You just need one app.
So wait, I'm not getting out.
You can if you post a $2,000 bond. But other than that, no. You would
Wait, I
continue to
have to pay $2,000 to get out.
Well, you can pay 10% of that amount and be released. That's $200 plus some fees. All right. But we'll get a new court date for you on that.
Oh, he's sticking his nose and eating it.
No, sir.
Oh, well,
Mr. McConaughey, you may go with the officer. Thank you.
No surprise. He probably picks at his ass and eats it, to be honest.
If you guys missed it, go back and look at
Okay,
it.
next we have Jeffrey Young.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr.
There's
Young.
Mr. Young, the partner.
I do.
Did you receive a copy of the complaint?
I did.
Looks like you have a different charge. You have an added charge. So you have the assault. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. These are all alleged to have occurred in Johnstown, Lincoln County. You also have the minor misdemeanor disorderly conduct charge, but they've also entered and filed a public indecency charge.
I don't even know what that's about.
Well, the definition is that you recklessly exposed your private parts under circumstances in which your conduct would likely be viewed by and affront others who are in your physical proximity and who are not members of your household. So they're claiming at some point your private parts got exposed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We can talk about that later, though, right?
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Would you like to see, Your Honor?
How do you want to plead?
No, that ain't embarrassing to me.
Okay. How do you want to
I'm
plead?
sorry. Not guilty.
What is your address?
5617 Albany Springs Drive,
The other guy's partner. by the way,
Westerville,
is in
Ohio,
there.
43081.
Alrighty, thank you. I don't have to ask you what you do for a living because I already got that preview.
Yep, yeah, that's been us for 3 years. It's been going pretty good.
Yep, that's the partner.
Going great. Super, some would say.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, this shouldn't come as too much of a surprise to you that I'm going to release you on your own precautions. However, the conditions will be the same as Mr. Evans. No contact with the alleged victim, Mr. Tyler Slight, and then no consumption of alcohol or drugs while the bond is in place. We'll get a court date set
Tyler alone.
randomly assigned to a judge. You'll get notice by mail of when that's going to be, so make sure your address is correct on your bond paperwork. You have the right to retain private counsel of your choosing. You're eligible to ask the court to appoint court-appointed counsel for you. You can get the application form at the jail, but either way, if you decide you want to get a lawyer, handle it well in advance of the next court date. Understand?
Okay. All
Any
right.
other questions today, sir?
No, sir. Thank you for your
I'm
service, though.
sure he's got a great ass.
Thank you.
Send it out.
Are we ready for Mr. Hefner?
I am. Are you?
I sure am.
Can you hear me at all? If you can't hear me, let me know.
Yeah, you're fine. It's only when others are talking. That's when the compression
sir.
kicks in.
Mr. Hefner, you understand your rights in court today?
Yes, sir.
All right. I think we need to address this from the beginning. I don't think you've been arraigned on either of these cases.
No,
Yeah. Let me see something here real quick.
I'm just as confused as you are, so.
So I just need a
No.
chance to look at something real quick.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't read all my stuff either.
You're a drunken lunch.
All right. So in case number 22 CRB 01044, there are two counts. The first count alleges that on or about July the 9th of this year, within the city of Newark and Lincoln County, Ohio, that you did recklessly violate the terms of a protection order issued pursuant to section 2903.214 of the revised code. The second count alleges the same offense, so I'm going on the assumption that
I think you're a little more confused
they're
than the
alleging there were
judges.
two separate individuals that were protected persons. Now, each of those charges
Yeah,
is
we'll
a
put
misdemeanor
down
of the
the
first
judge.
degree. Each carries up to a $1,000 fine and up to a 180-day jail term. How do you wish to plead?
I'm gonna go ahead and plead not guilty to this because I don't understand who or
I don't understand
who
this
or
map I'm looking at.
why or where I went that somebody would have called the cops on me. I've been trying to figure it out, but I haven't been able to.
Yeah, how'd they find you?
You may or may not know that you have the right to make a demand for what's called discovery, in which case the prosecution has to provide you with any evidence that it intends to use against you, and presumably would contain more information about this more specificness of the allegation, or specificity is the actual word. Okay,
Well, then
so
I
moving along to
definitely
the new
like that.
case, and this is case 22 CRB 1043. This one alleges that in the city of Newark, within Lincoln County, Ohio, and on July the 10th of this year, that you recklessly violated the terms of protection order issued or a consent agreement approved pursuant to section 2919.26 or 3113.31 of the revised code. Again, it's violation of protection order. It's just a different theory of that. Same penalties apply, up to a $1,000 fine, up to 180 days in jail. How do you wish to plead to this charge?
I'm gonna go ahead and plead not guilty because I got all this paperwork.
All right, let me take a quick look.
Mini
at the
Chase
files, and
Monday.
You and I are going to talk about your bond, okay?
I hear.
Sounds good.
So bear with me. It'll take me a minute to look through this.
I like how
That's
he
fine.
doesn't
I'm doing the same thing.
any of the charges, but yet somebody had a protection order. I mean, that had to be the person that called the law, right?
I would imagine.
How do I file for a motion of discovery?
You have to file a demand upon the prosecutor's office. Typically, the way it works is you file it with the court and then serve a copy of that on the prosecutor's office. You have the right to hire an attorney, and you can also apply for court-appointed counsel. If you qualify, we'll give you a free lawyer.
Okay, cool.
You know, because you look pretty indigent.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna fight all this.
Okay.
Coronavirus! Coronavirus!
Instructions.
He does it. You're right. I didn't even see that. Huge ass knot on his head. I think, guys, after this one, we're going to jump out of here. Got to do a little testing, make sure we're good for Mini Chase Monday on We Got a Chase today, 4:05 East.
Yes.
5 Pacific time. They all do today. Some were very confused that they didn't even realize they were in jail. And then they say, there's like the possibility you got to stay for a minute. Everybody's like, huh? What?
Do you think
Oh,
he's
PR
really reading those papers or just shuffling them around?
He ain't looking at a damn one. He's still high from last night.
Yes. The way his eyes are darting around.
So looking at you're right, though. It looks like a restaurant menu.
Let me get the chicken parm, extra parm.
You just flipped it 3 times while you're
Every
commenting.
day he's shuffling.
It's like he's in a waiting room reading some woman's magazine, just flipping through the page.
Yeah.
There's
Something to read in here. You might as well read these pamphlets on pap smears.
And he's reading them out loud. I like that.
They were placed and did requisites violate protection.
Diabetes.
It's no fun. Second time around either.
Looking for that blue plate special. 1 meat, 2 sides, and a biscuit.
Instead of the biscuit, can I get a roll?
Mr. Hefner, I'm going to give you an opportunity to make a statement before I set your bond, but I'm going to caution you about talking about what may or may not have happened on the nights in question, which led to the
He
charge.
doesn't know anything. So
Everything you say is being recorded and could possibly be used against you as they prosecute these cases. That being said, is there anything else you want to say as it relates to bond?
He was reading over
I
the
think I'll get it figured out myself.
charges and
with,
what happened.
Your assistance.
All right. What's your current address, Mr. Hefner?
I have it listed as 425 Mount Vernon Road.
I wanted to move
but
5 houses
that
down, Your Honor, but
It's not a
they
good
wouldn't.
address, so I could probably put unknown
Because
because
that at 420
I'm homeless,
address
staying
would be
with
cool.
friends.
Okay.
he's gonna put unknown, Creed. That's a
But,
first.
I mean, I got a job.
Bet you do.
I got plenty of job opportunities. I got reliable transportation.
People
I mean,
are
I got
begging.
everything I need. I actually have a job opportunity today.
I-
It was supposed to be this morning.
Paper mill.
What kind of
I
work do you
didn't
do?
know. I work on horse farms. I train horses.
Do you?
Have you done that all your life?
Shovel shit.
Not all my life, but a good bit of my life. I got someone who's teaching me really good.
Okay. And what were you supposed to be doing today on your new fake job that you just made up?
So, I mean, I would definitely
The horse
appreciate
is not
if you
being
could
taken
help me
care of or
get
trained today
to
now.
where I need to be. I have a good idea of what I need to do to get there, but seems like I keep hitting little roadblocks here and there. But I'll get it figured out. If you could help me, I'd appreciate it.
Well, here's what we're going to do. The most assistance I can give you is point you in the direction of the officer who can get you an application for court-appointed counsel. So we can get you an attorney to assist you with all this. My job
I
as
already
the
got
judge
all
is
that.
basically to make sure that the law is followed and that your rights are respected. Now, based
Right.
upon what I see here in these files, I cannot release you on your own recognizance today. On each of these cases,
All
I'm going to
right.
set bond at $2,500, cash through to your 10%.
Excuse me.
With the condition that you abide by any CPOs that are active.
Can you shut up, Your Honor? I have
Excuse
something to say.
Yes.
I've done everything that I'm supposed to do.
Stop touching the
got all of
horses,
this.
asshole.
All these summons and all of these papers that I have, they are definitely, I mean, I have the right assistance but staying in jail is
SoundCloud
going
rapper.
to hinder all of that because I thought I've been doing the right thing this whole time.
He's in high demand.
And I've had the right assistance, but you said I can't tell you that assistance because I'm on a recorded line. So I have the right assistance and I have everything I need. All I need is an opportunity to be able to do it, but staying in jail and talking on a recorded line like this is gonna really hinder like everything, because I overthought absolutely everything. I paid attention to everything. I read everything that I thought I should have read. This warrant says warrant for arrest, special instructions is checked. This one says warrant for arrest, special instructions checked, approved as a form of content, issue warrant July 11th.
The judge looks slightly confused. He might be onto something.
This one says half.
What's the thing about the recorded line? You can't talk
So this one says it was sealed by Marcia J. Phelps, clerk. The summons July 11th, assistant law director, approved as form of content, special instructions.
Because he read too much.
Arrest. I mean, I'm following everything that I'm being told to do, but if you keep me in jail, that's gonna really stop it, because it said I did recklessly violate the terms of protection order issued pursuant to section 2903.214 of the revised.
I don't know, because he's got Judge Stanberry like reading something. Like
Yeah.
he looks like he
has a-
might
Did not knowingly
be making sense of
did
somehow.
recklessly violate the terms of the protection order issued by pursuant to section of the revised codes, but I did not knowingly do that. And then on this one, and this is a half a page. I'm just trying to skim over it so you get the gist of what I'm doing. This is half.
Or is he just being nice and letting him go? Just have his.
I don't know.
If he has his thing.
Right here says to be served in court, filed Licking County Municipal Court, 2022, July 11th, a.m., 11:24 a.m., Newark, Ohio, Marcia J. Phelps, clerk, to be served in court, warrant for arrest.
That could be. This could be
special
complete
instructions,
nothingness, and
approved
he's
as
just
to
being
form
nice.
and content, issue warrant July.
I mean, just reading
11th.
off the paperwork.
I never got these papers until about an hour, maybe 2 hours ago.
Well, tell you
So-
what, let me interrupt real quick, Mr. Hefner. I can give you kind of an overview of what's happened and why your complaints read it the way that they do. Obviously, you were arrested pursuant to an active investigation by the police. While you were arrested, the police brought whatever information they acquired during the course of their investigation and talking with witnesses and researching whether or not there were orders out there, and they simply gave it to the prosecutor's office. The prosecutor's office is the one that decides what charges get filed. When it says special
Right.
instructions, that means you had already been arrested, so the instruction was to serve you in court. The clerk of courts, it's just their job is to keep the records. And the reason you weren't informed about any of this is because none of those decisions were made until after you had been arrested and they filed a complaint. So I understand perfectly the limitations and difficulty that remaining incarcerated have on you. However, I can assure you of a couple of things. Number one, you fill out your application for codependent counsel and it's granted. You and your lawyer can speak, even if you're still in the jail, on a secure line or I don't think they're doing face-to-face. I think they're doing it on secure lines. So it wouldn't be.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
Number two, your bonds can be reduced in the future by the judge assigned to them. I'm going to leave them in the amounts
Right.
that I set today, but you can ask the court to reconsider that after they get assigned to a judge. So these aren't set in stone for the entire time your case is pending, but that is what they're going to be today. Do you understand?
I understand that, but there's still some things that are not completely clear, like whatsoever. And I'm going to try to figure those things out. But in doing so, that might cause more problems trying to figure it out within the jail system, because I've been doing everything I thought was right.
I know.
And I keep getting held back, and you keeping me or setting a bond that I can't post is gonna hold me back and make things even worse.
Well, then don't do the
because
crime.
there's
I'm sorry.
a lot going on, and I just can't get the right answers at the right time. So I keep trying to figure them out. and it's gonna cause more problems.
Yeah.
More people.
Yeah.
Not
real life.
me.
Well, that's why it's
But-
important, Mr. Hefner, for you to fill out your application for an attorney as quickly as possible so we can get that in place. And as I said, then you can start to work on these things, and your lawyer can start to work on trying to get you released on a recognizance bond. But for today,
I don't have a lawyer.
All right, you got to shut
have
him
the right
down.
to make an application, and the folks there at the jail can assist you in getting
It's-
that filled out, and they will send it down here for you since you're
Patience,
unable
man.
to post the bond.
God
But for now, I have other matters that I need to attend to, so I'm going to ask you to go with the officer, and I wish you best of luck. All right?
This is not gonna go good.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hefner. You may go with the
Thank
officer.
you. You have a great day.
You do
I'll
the same.
figure it out. Your name's Judge David Stansbury.
It is.
All right. And what's your name?
Come out.
What's your name?
I'll tell you my name when you come out. We're done.
I understand you'll tell me your name, but why can't you tell me your
Uh-oh.
name here?
Thank
Uh-oh.
you, Mr. Hefner. We're going to go ahead and disconnect. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thought you were going to take
Why even play it that way? Like, I don't understand what that. He was trying to be tough there. I guess he just didn't get what he wanted. I guess.
Yeah, but and none of it was making all that much sense, too.
No.
He was just
No.
talking circles.
It seemed almost like he did have him thinking for a second, but I think that's just Judge Stansbury just letting him have his say, so that it was. I guess
Keep him calm, because he seemed like maybe he could read the room until he was maybe willing. Maybe he was last for a reason. Maybe he'd be an issue. He's got
That's a good point. Good point. Well, that was fun. I'm sorry we didn't get to end up with old Marvel there.
You're fine. It's a full hour and 41 minutes is a lot longer than I expected to get out of me. So
No, that's great. And we had licking today, which is my favorite. I mean, whenever we could just jump on licking, it's too good to be true. That place, I swear to God, it's unreal. Guys, appreciate you joining us for We Got a Case. Usually we jump around a lot, but you guys know, and I know you guys in the chat love licking too. We had a great crowd here.
you need to jump when you got gold right in front of you.
Exactly. We'll see you at 4:05. We got a chase coming up next in about an hour and 20, something like that.
Yep, exactly.
A little bit of rest time.
All right, guys.
That dude was one step away from actually. I mean, he was kind of threatening a little bit, but he was one step away from being real clear
He was
about.
very close to getting to the point of he wasn't going to be cooperative at all.
Oh yeah, no, he was
I
right on that, and that's probably part of why he just let him ramble like he did and pretended that he cared, which is
Yeah, and that's a big thing, especially when you're dealing with somebody like that. It seems like he's just a little off. He's got horses to train. He's high demand. But yeah, he doesn't have a job.
Diabetes.
And I'm gonna try to. I was feeling a lot better than I am right this second. I've had a lot of coughing and snottage.
I know the feeling. You only got so much in it. You go rest, and if we got to do a short chase, we can do it. It's going to be kind of a weird week, you guys. Just so you know,
in that transition area, we should be fine. What I got put together should be. We'll be good. All right, guys, we're gonna get on out here. If you haven't already liked this video, huge crowd today. Huge crowd today. I saw that. I didn't want to mention it and jinx it, but huge crowd today. Thank you guys for being here. If you haven't already subscribed to our case only channel, make sure you get over there and do it. Now, colored pencil never does bad.
That's what got me through. I'm telling you, that stuff
good.
was amazing. Oh no, not the gel tabs. We did the fizzy drinks.
I used to take when I was a kid. Yeah, those are great.
The fizzy drinks, the ones that I found taste like an orange creamsicle almost. They weren't too bad.
Like a Walmart order. Make sure you go over the We Got a Case on YouTube. Follow us over there. Just do all that good stuff. I'm leaving until next. It's smallpox. No, it's the monkeypox.
Diabetes.
All right, guys. Somebody said you can only get monkeypox from having sex with somebody that has it. Is that true?
Diabetes.
Oh,
it's got to be like intimate contact.
I don't know.
It's like a venereal disease. Until next time, guys. Good night.
You know how sick he is when he says good night at 3:00 in the afternoon.